everyone, it's me again, Mariel, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And of course, welcome na welcome din dito ang ating mga bagong viewers. And maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng aking mga YouTube videos, tutorial videos about mathematics dito sa YouTube. Especially yung mga umaakyat dito sa YouTube from TikTok. Thank you so much po. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video right after you watch it. And of course, i-hit mo din yung notification bell down below para naman palagi kang updated sa mga bago kong ina-uploads dito sa YouTube. So, ito na nga ulit ako. Nag-offer na naman ng bagong math tutorial videos para sa inyo. And ang i-discuss ko nga ngayon is for grade 8, first quarter. And as you can see, ayan, dito sa ating likod, ready na siya. And sisimulan na nga natin to right after the intro. So, as you can see, ito na nga yung ating bagong setup. And, syempre, medyo kailangan nating ayusin yung setup natin kasi medyo madami na yung nanonood ng ating mga math tutorials, and that is something I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful of. Kasi sobrang daming sumusuporta sa akin. And I know for sure na kailangan natin mag-provide talaga ng mas maraming math tutorials para sa inyo. Especially, sobrang thankful din ako kasi sa TikTok ang dami ding nanonood ng mga tutorials ko doon. So, sobrang salamat po. So, in this video is we're gonna focus on grade 8, first quarter. Ayan. So, hindi pa natin kasi tapos yung lesson na na-open ko or nagawan ko ng tutorials dito sa grade 8. So, ito ay pang first quarter. And tatapusin natin yung lesson by lesson. Kaya po minsan medyo natatagalan tayo sa ibang mga grade level. Okay? Kasi medyo madaming lesson minsan. And then, kailangan natin siyang tapusin. Right? So, ngayon nga is we're gonna focus on factoring perfect square trinomial. So, na-post ko na to sa TikTok and marami din, meron din akong ilan nakita na tama yung sagot and alam nila kung anong tawag dito. Alam nila kung saang lesson to. Yan. And in this lesson nga is magbibigay ulit ako ng definition and of course ng mga examples para mas madali nyo siyang matutunan. And before that, wag nyo muna kalimutang daanan yung mga naunang lesson bago to. Kasi mas madali niyong maiintindihan on how to factor polynomials from those lesson na nauna ko nang nai-upload dito sa YouTube. And ito nga is lesson 4. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, lesson 4 na to ng first quarter ng grade 8 sa math. Okay? And ayun na nga, factoring perfect square trinomial. Syempre, dapat alam muna natin, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng perfect square trinomial. So, when we say trinomial, it is 3 terms. Tama? 3 terms ang meron sa trinomial. 2 fundamental operation, right? And, when we say perfect square trinomial, it is the result of squaring a binomial. Ito daw yung pinakasagot sa pag-i-square natin ng isang binomial. And take a look at this. Ayan. This is x plus y raised to 2, and this is a binomial, and when we square this, ayan, ito yung makukuha nating sagot, ayan, kapag in-square natin yan, right? And then ito naman yung pinaka-factor na kasi, factored form ng ating perfect square trinomial, and ito yung tinatawag nating perfect square trinomial. Okay? So, to further explain this, palagi nyo tatandaan, ang perfect square trinomial is may first and last term, which is a perfect square. Dapat yung first and last term nito ay perfect square, and yung kanila namang second term, ayan, like for example, this one, 2xy, twice the product of the square root of this first and last term. Okay? So, meaning to say, para saan yan, ma'am? So, ito is para ma-identify nyo kung ano ba si perfect square trinomial. Para mas madali nyo siyang ma-factor out ng ganito lang siya kasimple. Okay? Like for example, we have x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And ang kanyang factored form is x plus y. And take a look at the sign itself, no? Positive. Siyempre, ito, automatic plus yan. Right? And then, Dahil nga same lang sila, so we doubled that binomial. Ayan. And as a result, ito nga is a perfect square trinomial and yung magiging factor niya looks like this. Okay? Ganun lang kasimple. So, itong pinapakita ko sa inyo na to, this is the formula itself or the form itself on how are you going to factor perfect square trinomial. So, kapag ganito naman yung itsura niya, x squared minus 2xy plus y squared, palagi nyo tatandaan na factors niya is dalawang minus, x minus y is equal to x minus y squared. Right? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Kaya nga lang, kasi dapat alam nyo kung paano mag-identify ng perfect square trinomial, enable for you to know na, okay, perfect square trinomial to, therefore, alam ko na kung anong factor niya. Ito yung magiging itsura ng factor nila. Diba? Ganun lang kasimple. Okay, so to further explain this para mas maintindihan pa natin lalo, take a look at this. We have here x squared minus 2x plus 1. Let us identify if this trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. How are we going to identify? Tingnan ang first and last term. Are they perfect square? Si x squared ba is a perfect square? Yes, of course, kasi ang kanyang square root is, when we cancel this, x ang kanyang square root. Therefore, x squared is a perfect square kasi meron siyang square root na walang remainder. Right? Tingnan ang last term, C1. Is 1 a perfect square? Yes, of course, 1 is also a perfect square. Kasi, di ba, when we square 1, the answer is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Therefore, 1 is a perfect square. Therefore, this is a perfect square trinomial. So, isa pa, para mas maintindihan natin kung bakit pa siya naging perfect square trinomial. So, sabi sa definition ni perfect square trinomial, yung daw second term or middle term is twice dalawa ng product ng square root ng first and last term. Okay, so twice the product of the square root of the first and last term. So, anong square root ng first term? We have x. Anong square root ng last term? We have 1. And 2 times x times 1, that is 2x. Right? Ganun lang siya kasimple. And how are you going to identify if a trinomial is a perfect square trinomial? Now, take a look at our first example. We have here 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. So, this is a perfect square trinomial. So, paano nyo nga malalaman kung ito ay perfect square trinomial? Tingnan ang first and second term. Are they perfect square? Yes, of course. 4x squared is a perfect square. And also 1. And then, yung middle term niya, when we twice the product of this first and last term, square root nitong 4x squared is 2x and ito ay 1. So, 2x times 1 is 2x. And then, sabi ay twice, then 2x times 2 is 4x. And the middle term is 4x. Therefore, this is a perfect square. Now, how are we going to factor perfect square trinomial? So, meron lang tayong dalawang steps and kailangan tandaan nyo pa din or natatandaan nyo pa din yung pattern na ibinigay ko kanina, enable for you to identify how are you going to come up with the answer. Okay? So, this is 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. So, the first step is to get the square root of the first term and the last term. Okay? So, ganito lang. Kukunin nyo lang yung square root ni 4x squared and of course, ni 1. Ayan. The square root of 4 is 2. Ayan. Lagay nyo lang yan, 2. And then, of course, x raised to 2. Cancel nyo lang yung square root. And then, the variable itself is x. So, therefore, the square root of 4x raised to 2 is 2x. Okay? Now, dito naman tayo sa last term, square root of 1. Alam naman natin na ang square root of 1 is 1. Okay? And then, right after that, isulat na natin yung pinaka-factored form. Lagay lang kayo ng dalawang parentheses. Ayan. Since ito ay minus tsaka plus, therefore, what is the fundamental operation that are we going to put in here? We are going to put minus since meron tayo ditong minus. Right? So, ayan. Then, we are just going to list down the square roots as difference of two terms. Dalawang terms. Since we have 2x minus 1. And dito sa kabila, of course, 2x minus 1 din yan. Kasi nga, we are factoring a perfect square trinomial. And then right after that, isimplify mo lang siya by squaring this or yung pinaka-simplified answer. So dahil dalawa sila, so what are you going to do is to just put it like this. 2x minus 1 squared. Therefore, this is the factored form of 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. And that is how easy or gaano lang kabilis mag-factor ng isang perfect square trinomial. Ganun lang siya kasimple. So now take a look at our second example. We have x squared plus 10x plus 25. So by that, ayan, dahil parehas plus yan, feeling ko alam nyo na kung anong gagamitin nating pattern or formula, which is dun sa binigay ko kanina, positive parehas. Okay? So ngayon, this is a perfect square trinomial kasi kita naman natin that 25 is a perfect square and of course, x squared is also a perfect square, right? So the first step is to get the square root of the first and the last term. So ano ba ang square root ng x squared? So pwedeng ganito na lang siya. Ganito na lang yung gawin natin. Parang padaliin na lang natin siya. Ang square root ng x squared is of course, cancel mo lang, dx yan. And then, ang square root ng 25, ayan, that is 5. Kasi nga, 5 times 5 is 25. So, ilalagay mo lang yan dito. Yan. Since parehas lang naman sila, we have ganyan. And then, right after that, identify. Dahil ito ay parehas positive, therefore, positive ang ilalagay natin sa kanila. And since they are the same, kasi nga we are factoring a perfect square trinomial, therefore parehas lang talaga yung magiging sagot nila. So ilalagay lang natin siya sa ganito na form. X plus 5 squared. 'Di ba? X plus 5 squared is equal to x squared plus 10x plus 25. Here is to our last example. We have here 9x squared or 9x raised to 2 minus 24x plus 16. So, definitely, this is a perfect square trinomial as well. Right? Kasi nga si 16 is a perfect square and then si 9x squared is also a perfect square and itong si 24 naman is the result when we twice the product of the square root of this first and last term. Okay? So, ganun lang din kasimple, kagaya lang din ng kanina yung process na gagawin natin. Maglagay ka na kagad dyan ng ganyan. Ayan. And then, kunin mo lang yung square root ni 9x squared. So, yan. Square root of 9 is 3, right? And then, square root of x squared, cancel mo lang. And then, x na lang yung matitira. Siyempre, 3x din yung ilalagay mo dyan. Tama? And then, square root of 16 is always 4. Diba? Kasi nga, 4 times 4 is 16. Right? So, ilagay mo lang dito yung 4. Yan. And then, dahil nga tayo ay minus and plus, therefore, that is minus. 3x minus 4 times 3x minus 4, or when we simplified it, ito yung kakalabasan niya. 3x minus 4 squared. Okay? So, feeling ko alam niyo naman na kung bakit naging 3x minus 4 squared. Kasi nga po, dalawa sila or parehas lang naman sila. Okay? So, kapag chinek nyo sila, when we multiply this using the FOIL method, makukuha din naman talaga natin si 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. So, let's try to check it para mas malaman natin kung talaga bang tama yung nakuha nating sagot. Okay? So, how are we going to use the FOIL method? First, outer, inner, last. Okay? So, first term, ito ang ating mga first term. Just multiply them. 3x times 3x, that is 9x squared. Yan, ito yung ating first term. Tama? And then the outer part. Ang ating outer part is ito, 3x, tsaka itong negative 4. Tama? So, negative 4 times 3x, that is negative 12x. Right? And then, let's move on to the inner part. Ang ating inner part is yung dalawang nasa loob. Ito. Yan, si 4, negative 4, tsaka si positive 3x. That is the inner. So, again, this is first. This is outer, and this is inner. Yan. Negative 4 times 3x, that is, of course, negative 12x. Right? And then, for the L, in the FOIL method, we have the last, or the last term. Ang last term natin is si negative 4, tsaka si negative 4. Tama? Ayan. Ito ang ating last term. Tama? Therefore, negative 4 times negative 4 is, of course, positive 16. And then, just simplify. Si 9x squared, ibaba na lang natin yan. Kasi wala naman na tayong i-operate sa kanya since wala naman siyang ka-like term dito. Tama? And then, negative 12x minus 12x, since they are like terms and kailangan natin i-simplify, negative 12x minus 12x is negative 24x. Tama? And then, copy na lang natin si 16 since siya lang naman yung nag-iisang constant. Ayan, we have plus 16. 9x squared minus 24x plus 16 is the same with 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. Tama? Therefore, 3x minus 4 squared is the correct factored form of the perfect square trinomial 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. As simple as that. Ganun lang din kasimple mag-check, and eto na nga, since hindi naman natin nakafocus si FOIL method, pero tinuruan ko na din kayo on how are we going to check if tama ba yung mga nakukuha nating sagot. So, ganun din kay number 1 tsaka number 2, i-comment nyo lang sa comment section natin below. You try to check it kung tama ba yung nakuha nating sagot. Okay? And that is all for this video. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I hope ay natutunan nyo sa akin on how to factor perfect square trinomial. And please visit the recent videos I've posted here on YouTube. Ayan, ilalagay ko yung mga links nila sa dulo ng video na to para mapuntahan nyo naman yung mga pang grade 8 lesson. Okay? So, thank you so much again everyone for watching. Huwag nyo kalimutang mag-subscribe, i-like tong video of course, and i-hit na din yung notification bell down below para naman palagi kayong updated sa mga bago kong tutorials, math tutorials dito sa YouTube. Again, maraming salamat po, and always remember to make your day productive by gaining knowledge. This is me, Mariel, and see you on my next video. God bless everyone.